specific demo. I just want to give a brief on the platform itself. So how this works is that this is a multi-tenant system which we have hosted in Azure. This can be hosted in a specific private cloud as well to provide when someone has their own private network and want to be very secure. So here for different teams, we call something as a team space. A team space gets created and so here where you can create different kind of workflows by providing a new agentic workflow and providing your objective. Now, once this objective is provided based on whatever the objective is, there is an agentic backbone which triggers and it identifies how many agents needs to be created and what all their task would be and what all configuration it would require. And based on that, it gives you a series of agents that will require or work in tandem to perform a particular objective. So here, so this two of the workflows I've tried to create, would want to show them. So one is this particular workflow, if you see, and this is how the instructions it would take, is that just giving a very simple English instructions that create an agent that reads Outlook and read the most recent email with subject a service request, read and analyze the service request email, extract shipping details, information, and source and destination. Based on that, it'll identify what all things are required, what all documents need to be provided, and then reply it back. So this is the first kind of workflow that generally, typically, when a customer provides or asks for queries, this can be handled through that. So for that, it has created kind of 4 different agents. So one kind of, it does an email reading, shipping detail extractor, additional information, it does research on that. So now this research we can provide saying that these documentation, what is required, these are very much within our knowledge repository, go and use there. Or if something is not around, then you can also say that these are specific places where you can look at, maybe go to the web or maybe go to this particular domains and get those information from there, and then collate it and kind of reply back. So this, I've just, for the time purpose, I've run these things. And so this is an email that has been provided. So I've created it for a dummy demo purpose. So this is the email that has come in. It has read from the Outlook. I have a shipment to ship from Bangalore to San Francisco, California. And this is away cosmetic items of 500 units. So please let me know what to do. So it has read and extracted these information, the source, destination, item, quantity, and then it triggers the next agent, which basically identifies the shipping details, key informations, and what is the weight. All these are required parameters. So it identifies that. And these are because it's a US shipment, so what all informations are required, it does find out from additional information research, what all things would be required. So these are the transportation methods. It will ask back saying that, do you have any kind of preference of that necessary documents, that commercial invoice would be required, certification of origin, all these things. These documents would be required. Regulations and standards, these are different. So this is basically based on the request that has come. It has done a research on that and it has created that. And then it has done an email formation. So basically, this is the email it has created. These are the necessary documents. These are the different regulations. So it kind of send this email. So basically, which this is the email which I have got here. So now this particular thing, this can be very easily changed, tweaked. For example, I can go here. So this just to show you how it happens. So these particular agent, these are the instructions. It automatically gets created, and we can go and tweak these instructions as well. So it basically looks at the connect to Outlook account, read the most recent email with this particular request. So you can actually edit those, add those. So basically, this is the first attempt done by the agentic builder. You can always improvise that, change that, add that uh, to make it work very custom. So, and also it identifies that there is an Outlook mention. That's why this is the connector that needs to be configured. So you can configure with this is I've configured with my uh, Outlook. There are a lot of other connectors that are already available and which can be used. So similarly, it does, if there is a web involved, then it does that. So now next is that, so once these information is sent, then typically customers would be providing all the documents, and it provides like either a zip file with the documents further. And once that comes in, it triggers this workflow where it reads that, then information it extracts, and then it tries to verify the documents if there is a mismatch or anything missing from there. So if you look at, this is the final output, what it is showing. It has tried to compare the incoming documents uh, with the templates and what is required, and if there is any discrepancy, it has found. So it has kind of tried to identify what all information is there, what is the address, destination address, what is the, and what is the number of packages, what is about it, what is the weight, all those things. So it has looked at all the documents, and it could identify some of the discrepancies. Like for example, weight discrepancy, the document list both gross and net weight to be 50 mg. So there's that seems to be a maybe some issue with that for a shipment of 100 units. So it is able to recognize that some of the dates looks like the dates are missing, and it is able to identify that. So basically, if you really look at it, what it's trying to do is, if there's been lot of effort goes in making sure that all these documentations are proper, appropriate based on the shipment. And this is one thing that which this particular workflow is able to identify and make sure that it is accurate. Now, the same thing, if the destination changes, maybe if it becomes to somewhere in Europe, so the requirements would be different. It will be able to identify that, create a plan accordingly. Similarly, these are the sample workflows that I've tried to create. But the whole point I'm trying to mention here is that you can create any of the objectives. So you can classify certain information. You can then kind of interact with a freight management or maybe a transport system, kind of connect to their API, through their API, and book a particular shipment, and then send it back to the sender who, for a particular calendar invite, what time they will be picking it up. So all these automation can At the same time, there's another aspect. What is possible is that moment we connect with real-time data, and if there is a IoT based information, if there is a real-time data coming in, based on that, we can provide, there are workflows can be created through which it can provide the health of the systems, where exactly it is in. If there is a particular shipment is kind of stuck somewhere, is there something that needs immediate attention, or there could be a probable scenario where there should be a route change required. So all these can be built here. So that's kind of pretty much which I wanted to show. And some of the other things that wanted to show here is that if, as we are seeing here, you can also provide feedback or saying that this particular information extraction is not satisfactory, then what is it? So you can actually mention that. So this goes back into the training so that it can learn back and